Good morning and welcome. With you today, my name is Christy Denny's. Welcome to your class, Agent 3000, Part 1, Digital Branding and AI. This afternoon, mid-morning, we'll be having Part 2, Lead Capture Strategies, Agent 3000, Part 2. Let me know if you'll be joining both classes. Now, this is recorded. If you would like to rewatch this class, we do have a YouTube channel for you. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/miamitrainers, where you can find your tech classes available for you. Let's see, who has joined us today? Good morning, guys. Where are you watching your class from? Brianna, good morning. Carla, Diana, Yvonne, Maria, how are you guys? I did want to let you know this is typically a 2-hour class that we're going to try to cram into one. So let's jump into it. From miamirealtor.com, how do you access Agent 3000 and what is it? So Agent 3000 is a marketing service and it also has a website option and a CRM. We will be working on all of the free updates that are available during class 1 and class 2. I'm going to roll down to the middle of the page to access the Miami Gateway. If I click on here, I'll put in my username and my password, allowing me the resource panel. The resource panel gives you all of your products and services that are associated with your membership. We'll be working on Agent 3000. So this is the Agent 3000 tile. I'm going to click on the star and make sure that it's one of my favorites. Up at the top, if I hover my mouse over Agent 3000, it's going to let me know that we can create landing pages, access social media tools, single property websites, and more. To get into the program, you're going to simply click and it'll access. From here, you normally have a pop-up, and these pop-ups are reminders of anything new and improved within the program, as well as any upcoming classes. At the bottom right-hand corner, we can click Read Later or I've read this. When you open your Agent 3000, it may look slightly different than mine, only because I do have the full upgrade. But in today's class, we'll be focusing on what's available at no cost for you. My first tip is to put your settings in place. So on the top left-hand corner of the screen, there's a green button. You're going to tap on there and you're going to add in all of your information. Under the profile tab, we're adding in our first and last name, the name of our real estate company, their address, never ours, their office number, your cell phone number under direct phone, and you finish with your email and your website. Once that's completed, save your account profile, and this is going to reflect on all of the marketing pieces that we create today. Before we close, we're going to roll up to the top, and next to profile, we have the logo. You're going to tap on logo, and the program will allow you to choose a file. Once you've chosen the file, click on upload to finish the process. You can do this for your logo as well as your photo. Once all three of these are in place, we are ready to click on close and start marketing. Now let's talk about your first option. Your first option is called a buyer registration. This is going to allow you to provide a service for your buyer called an open house pass. Let me show you how you can do it. You're going to tap on buyer registration, and the first thing is register buyer. Now, this does not replace the buyer agreement. This is used to create a open house pass. What's an open house pass? Now, if you are not able to go with them to the open house, they can simply show this open house registration pass to the other agent, letting them know that they already have you as their buyer agent. So let's register a buyer together. Step number 1, we're going to put in their first name, their last name, their phone number, email, and select our type of agreement. In this example, I'm going to say it's going to be an exclusive agreement and that we began this agreement on the 7th of May, and we're going to be done with this agreement in this example, August 7th. And then I'm going to register the buyer. Once I have that in place, I'm going to move down to my registrations. So this will help me organize myself and see if I have any of my registrations ending soon. I'm able to sort them by their start date or their end date. I'm going to pull the one that we created today. And on the right-hand side, we have where it says OH Access Pass, Open House Access Pass. I can either copy the link and I can share it. So for example, I'm going to share that in the chat. Or I can open it up by clicking on View. So I want to make sure that you can see it. And if you'd like, you can also scan this QR code. The benefit is, as my customer shares this with the open house agent, it's letting them know, thank you for allowing me to tour the open house. I am registered. I am a registered buyer with your name, with your company, and the QR code. If they scan this QR code, they're going to access your particular information. And they can even save your information to their phone with a note of the information of your buyer. So open house with the details, or at least just the name of your buyer, first name, and your details. What do you guys think? Do you like the idea of an open house pass? Is it something that you guys would use? How do we get there? Were you able to find Agent 3000? So far, we are within Agent 3000. We have created our settings. And once we have our settings in place, we went into registration or buyer registration, clicked on the drop-down arrow, and we registered our buyer together. Once we registered our buyer, we went ahead and we found our registrations under My Registrations. We sorted by start date, and we clicked on View under Open House Pass. All right. Now that we know how we can register our buyers and give them open house passes, let's go to the next section. You have a section called Listing Concessions. Are you all aware that we are not allowed to add compensation or commission amounts inside of the MLS? But agents are still going to ask you for those details. They may email you, they may text you for that information. So this is a solution for that. This is called listing concessions. And if you already have a listing, you can find all of your listings under listing concessions if you click on Add Edit. When you click on Add Edit, all of your listings will be available for you to come in and add in the concessions or the compensation that's being offered by your seller, if it's being offered. To do so, you would click on the small pencil, for example, under concessions, and it'll give you the space to add it in. When you put in your concession, you save the detail, and then you move over into compensation, click on the small pencil, and add in the percentage. Once you've added in both, or for all of your listings or the ones that have it available, you would move down into URL embedded code. The benefit is you'll be able to share compensation and concession through this additional website. Now, this link cannot be placed anywhere on the MLS, but if someone emails you or texts you, you'll be able to share that information by clicking on copy an external URL link with the number next to the number 2. If you click on this, let me open it up into a new tab. This is what you're going to be sharing. You'll be sharing all of your listings on one page, all of the MLSs, the prices, the compensation and concessions, and the photos. Your contact information will be on the top, and if they decide to click on one of the MLS links, they get a full property website of your listing. What are the benefits? This is an easy way to share compensation and concession if someone emails you or texts you or has questions. Not only are they going to get the listing that they asked for, but if you have more than one listing, you're able to show them all of your inventory at once. I'm going to click on the X and I want to check with you guys in the chat. How do you feel about the listing concessions? Did you find it easy? Do you find it helpful? Where you go to add and edit, and how you can share through the URL. So that is copy external URL is the easiest, but you have other options. So option one, this is an embedded code. If you want to put it on the back end of a website, it'll create like an iframe. And then number three, it gives you specific instructions on how you can add it to your website if you happen to have an Agent 3000 website. Brianna got it. Awesome. Carla likes it. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Maria. Let's move into our next section. Our next section is called OK to Advertise. Now, what are you able to do with OK to Advertise? Let's talk about this piece just a little bit. On miamirealtor.com, under the section MLS, there's a form. And that form is called the OK to Advertise form, or at least the written permission to advertise form that you can find again under MLS, under the MLS Forms and Applications tab. I'm going to share this with you inside of the chat. This is a form that you would fill out if you were interested in advertising somebody else's listing. So if this is out of your office, it is somebody else's listing, and you'd like to advertise it, you need permission to be able to advertise it. This is a great guide that you can use where you would put in your information and then what you're requesting, the MLS number of the listing you'd like to advertise, when you're going to start, when you're going to finish, and how you're going to advertise it, whether it's going to be digital ad, print media, it would be available here. Now, the other agent needs to give you permission and see if he'd want you to add an attribution or not. Okay. From here, they've created an additional fields. So within Matrix, because it is popular to request to advertise listings out of office, but it can also take some time to get that response. So within Matrix, there's a section called Attribution Required. And this one says, yes, you can advertise, attribution is required. So I would have to put there somewhere on my marketing piece the phrase listing courtesy of and the name of the brokerage. So once I have that in place, for example, this would be the name of our brokerage that you can also find towards the bottom. So what Agent 3000 has done is they have taken this search and they've added it into Agent 3000. Why? If I wanted to advertise this, I cannot come to the MLS, click on this picture, right click and save as, and post. I cannot do that because I don't know the copyright rules with these images. But what we can do is we can go directly into Agent 3000 under the OK to Advertise tab and find that same search. For me, you have yes, attribution not required. That would be my favorite option and my recommendation. But you have other ones. You have with written broker approval. That means you can advertise it, but before you do, you need to fill out a form like this one, and you need to submit it so that it is signed. Your other option is yes, attribution required. So again, you can add it, but you may have to give the attribution. In some cases, it'll be just the office information. In some cases, it can be agent and office. So for me, I think yes, attribution not required is the easiest one. They're giving us full permission and I don't have to write any special note on my post. Okay, now what do you want to advertise? My next step would be to add in a minimum price or a maximum price. I'm going to put in a minimum price of 5 million. Then I'm going to roll down and I have all of my property types, both commercial and residential property types. I'm going to tap on residential. Then I have our subtypes, and you can pick all of your property types, condos, duplex, hotels, motels, leases, multifamily. I'm going to go with single family for now. And the status that I'm interested in is active. Now I can pick where I'd want to find properties from, whether it's by city, zip code, county, communities, or area. Let's say I'd like to search in the Pinecrest area. I can type in Pinecrest and select it. It says 280 listings, but not all of them will be available for me to advertise. If you want to add multiple locations, I can. Let's say I'm going to put in here Coconut Grove. Then I'm going to roll down and I'm going to search. Once you click on search, you're going to move on down and I have 4 results that are available for me to advertise. Now, if I want to take a quick peek into the image, I can click on the preview. And if this looks good, it's not blurry, that's a good sign of a high quality photo, which I'm going to need if I want to see the website. So I'm taking a look at some of them that we have available. To the right, I have an MLS number. This is clickable to copy. You may want to be able to copy this because you can filter listings to advertise and then use them in different segments of the program. Moving on down to the right, you also have a section that says okay to advertise so that you can verify, and then it gives you a single property website. So I'm going to click here on that first one and the system will create for me a single property website that I can post onto my social media. But before it gives me the websites, it says, hey, authorization is needed. This listing was listed by, and it tells us the information. By checking accept terms, you acknowledge that you know this is not your listing and that you have received permission from the listing agent and brokerage to advertise this property. And we recommend that you receive written permission to protect yourself. Violations of these terms could pose monetary and/or criminal penalties, as well as termination of your Miami membership. Now, did we request permission? If you think we requested permission, say yes in the chat. If not, say no in the chat. I'm going to tap on accept terms and I'm going to click on I agree. Now, as I move through here, the system has created multiple websites for me. They created template 1, original, and with each type of template, it'll let you advertise with the property address or without the property address. Some agents like to advertise without the address to create engagement on social media. Now, between the one that you choose, you can either choose copy URL, and this will select the entirety of the link. You're able either to view or simply to copy. You have a few templates. You have template 2 in the black or in the white, and then you have template 3 again in the black or in the white. My favorite thus far is template 3 in the black, and I'm going to view website with address. So I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. In a few clicks and a fast search, we were able to create a full website that we can use to advertise this listing on our social media channels. We have our logo that came in from our settings. Here's our homepage, the description of the property, features, interior, exterior photos, showing options. They can request a showing. They have a mortgage calculator, a virtual tour, and your contact information. It looks very good on a cell phone as well. They can request information from you. As they move down, here's that property description. Here are those features, the interior features and exterior features and photos, and all of this is pulled directly from the MLS. This home is spectacular. If they're interested in viewing the property, they can schedule a showing with me. They have access to the mortgage calculator, the map, and places of interest. They can view the map and a satellite view as well. Your contact information, they can request information as well. And then towards the bottom, it even says MLS listing courtesy of Douglas Elliman. So how can I post this? I can either copy the link from up here, or I can go back into Agent 3000 and copy the URL. And then I can move into the space where I want to post it. So I'm going to click on Facebook. I'm going to go to my business page and I'm going to paste this link. And voila, it looks spectacular. Now, the link, once the image populates, the link is already embedded. So I can remove this link and then I can write something in the caption. So I'm going to put in tour this home from the luxury of your own couch. Contact me for details. And then I can click next. I can click post. And we've advertised a piece. So yes, you did technically request or receive permission to advertise this listing because we sorted through the listings on the MLS, specifically looking for properties that were okay to advertise. How are you guys feeling so far? Would you like to see it again? And did you keep or stay with any questions? So far we have put in our settings. We have registered our buyers and created open house passes. We have found a way to advertise our concessions and our commissions so that we're able to share them easily with buyer agents as listing agents. And we started off our process of searching the OK to advertise list for properties and advertising them onto our social media. Nils, I'm so happy you love it. Let's keep going. There's so much you can do. So contacts, leads, emails, email listing templates, this piece is available with the upgrade. So since these are services that you'd have to pay for to access, we're going to move into the next section, which is Meet Eve, our new AI. Meet Eve, our new AI. This was one of the first artificial intelligence programs that we received through Agent 3000. We're going to click on Create Listing Remarks. This will allow you to create remarks and a description for your listings if you need to pop it into the MLS. You can also use it to create remarks for a flyer, for a social media post, and more. Now, by default, the system's letting you know we can't pass 400 words. Also, it would take about 1 minute to read about 250 words, so that's the default within the program. But you can update this information. You can choose a language: English, Spanish, Portuguese, German, Chinese, Russian, French, or Italian. I'm going to do English, and then I'm going to change my word to characters if I'm interested in adding in a listing in the MLS. Why? The MLS works through characters, and we used to have a character limit of 800, but now the new limit is 1,500. Now with section 2, you're going to pick anything that applies with your listing. So for example, you can pick your property type. I'm going to say single family, Our property is located in Doral. The bedrooms, we have 4 bedrooms. We have 3.5 baths. We have a 2-car garage. There is no pool, so I'll leave it alone. The backyard is large. There's no home office, so I'll leave it alone. The kitchen counters, they're not granite, Corian, Formica, or tile, so I'm just going to leave that alone. The kitchen appliances are stainless steel, and the flooring is tile. All right. So you pick what applies, and then at the bottom, section 3, you're going to add anything that you'd want to highlight within the description. Any custom features, upgrades are going to be added here. So I'm going to say that we have quartz kitchen counters, and we're going to say that we have floor to ceiling windows. I'm going to put in here that we have a open floor plan. We have Gulf views. And a new roof are going to be some of the things that I want to add. Once I've added the features that I'd like, you can add up to 8. Then I'm going to create the listing remarks by clicking on this blue button on the bottom of the screen. Now here, there are some terms of use. Why is there terms of use? Because this is created by artificial intelligence, and we're the ones that have our real estate licenses. So users using the program shall comply with all applicable laws, regulations, and professional obligations, including but not limited to fair housing laws, advertising regulations, and any guidelines or codes of conduct issued by relevant real estate regulatory bodies. So we are responsible to read the remarks before we use them to advertise. So I'm going to click yes, I've read this, and I'm going to click on I agree on the right-hand side and give Eve a moment to draft me some remarks. Okay, she came up with 111 words, 722 characters, and it says, welcome to your dream home in the heart of Kendall. This stunning single-family home boasts 4 spacious bedrooms, 3.5 luxurious bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. The modern kitchen features stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops, and sleek tile flooring. Floor-to-ceiling windows flood the open floor plan with natural light, creating a bright and inviting space for entertaining or relaxing. Enjoy breathtaking golf course views from the comfort of your own backyard. With a new roof and top-of-the-line finishes throughout, this home is truly a gem. Don't miss your chance to own this exquisite property in one of Doral's most sought-after neighborhoods. Schedule a showing today and make this home your forever home. So you can take this information and you can edit it if you like. It is a good start. You can copy the remarks, paste it into Matrix, and then edit if you'd like, or you can simply close and roll down to the bottom, and any of the remarks that you've made will be here. Within Matrix, you can publish both English and Spanish remarks. If you'd like it in another language, you can simply come back, click, for example, Spanish, create the listing remarks again without having to change your wording, and the system will update the information, giving you a description in Spanish. Esta impresionante casa. This is available here. I can click on close, not to worry. All of my remarks are available at the bottom to then copy and use with my marketing. All right, so you have a little AI, a remarks feature where you can create the description. Let's move into the next section, which is content editor. Content editor. So this will share a maximum of 800 words so that you can create content. What type of content can you create? Well, you can create a biography, a blog, a social media post, or general content. I'm going to start with biography. We can also pick our language, and then you're going to give the system a little prompt under the section 2. So let's say I need a biography because I'm a real estate professional. I'm going to tap on Send to Eve. Accept my terms. Click on I agree. We're going to read it before we post it. And let's see what we've got. As a real estate professional, I have over 10 years of experience in the industry. I have a proven track record of successfully helping clients buy and sell properties. My expertise includes market analysis, property valuation, and negotiation skills. I am dedicated to providing exceptional customer service and ensuring a smooth and successful real estate transaction for my clients. I hold a bachelor's degree in real estate management, and I am committed to staying current with industry trends and regulations. I am passionate about clients achieving their real estate goals, and I strive to exceed their expectations with every transaction. So I can copy this new content, and then I can go back and I can edit it, add in my specific information about my business, but at least the back end or the meat of it is there. It's a good start. Or you can add additional input into number 2 to give it a little more information to customize your biography. All right, let's try another one. Let's try a blog. Blogging is a great tool if you have a website. It was very unpopular before AI because it's difficult to write a blog daily, but blogs are excellent to be found on the internet because they're keyword rich. So I'm going to put in here, what are the hidden costs of home ownership? And then something specific, what are the top 7 hidden costs of homeownership? Sent to Eve. I've read this. I agree. And let the system create a blog for me. All right, owning a home is a dream. Number 1, property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance and repairs, utilities, HOA fees, home renovations, closing costs. So it has drafted for me a blog. I can again come in here, edit this out, or I can simply scroll down and copy and see what I've got, or just run the whole thing over. Run it again, send it back to Eve, and you'll get another result. Why? Because it's pulling from artificial intelligence. All right, so far we've got our Meet Eve, our new AI reviewed. Let's move down into brand and market new. Okay, our first tab are called your branded ebooks. Branded ebooks are available for you to share. I did have an additional tip. In each category, you have this red bar that says click here to watch a how-to video. So if you need a reminder on how to use any kind of section within Agent 3000, they've very helpful for them to add these little how-to videos. But pick your video, pick your ebook. You've got a seller guide 5 hacks, the buyer guide, and the first time home buyer guide. You pick the one you want. So let's do seller guide 5 hacks. And you have your bio here. Well, let's go back to Eve, content editor, roll down to the bottom, and let's pull our bio. I'm going back into brand and market new. I'm clicking on branded ebook. I'm on my left. The book I'm picking is the Seller Guide 5 Hacks, and then I'm going to paste my bio, and then I'm going to create my ebook. Now the system's basically saying let one of your ebooks fully load before you pick another one. If you don't let it fully load and you start a new book, what the system will do is stop the first book. So just give it a moment, and when it's done, it'll send you an email, and then you can do the next one. But they really don't take that long. My 5 seller hacks is already ready, and I'm able to share it 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways. If you'd like to delete any of the books, on the right-hand side, there is a little delete button so that you can delete any of the ones that you do not need. PDF URL. I see we have a question. Let me check my chats. Will this be recorded? Great question. Yes, it is being recorded. You have your PDF URL, so I can click on here and I have a link. This is 5 hacks to sell your home for more money. Now, I cannot edit this book. This is a template. I cannot change the language either. This is ready to go and as is, but it does promote, here's your image. And this is pretty cool. These are 5 hacks, and it says that average agents don't know about, presented by, and all of our contact information is shared. Selling a home is part art, part science. And then it talks about the 3 Ps, product, pricing, and promotion. And every page is branded with your information. It talks about digital retouching, virtual staging, addressing your shortcomings, make them an offer, advertise the mortgage, and then it prompts them for their next step, to call, text, or email you. All of your contact information is here. And then the last page, if you chose to add in a bio, it'll create an about section with your biography. What do you guys think? I can take this link and I can share it. I can share it on my social media. I can share it in an email. This is a PDF. If I wanted to put it on social media, I can. But if I put it on social media like this, I don't like this preview. It doesn't look good. So I prefer this link to be shared either through an email, right? You can embed it. You can put it in your signature. For example, underneath my name and matrix in my settings, my information, email signature. I can do something like seller guide. And then all of the emails that I send out will have this guide. I'm going to click on the little linking tool that looks like a paper clip, paste my URL, press OK, and I can add it in there too, or on a digital card. I'm going to click on save. So there are different ways that you can use these books. So aside from a PDF URL, which is basically a website of the book, you also have a flip book embedded code. Let me see if I have it available to show you. It looks like I do not, but basically it is the book, and you are able to swish or change the pages of the book, and the book makes a little sound, like a swish sound. When they click throughout the pages, it's the embedded code to add it into a website. For a more traditional sharing option, you can download it as a PDF, or you can download the cover image. Downloading the cover image is my favorite when it comes to posting onto social media, because what I can do then is just upload this one image. There it is. All right, so I can add in that first image and I can say something along the lines of, ask me about my 2026 seller guide with five facts to sell your home that the average agent doesn't know. And if they ask me, I can then send them over the link. So whenever they comment, you can either choose to leave the link for them, send it to their DM, ask them for their email or their phone number, and you can send them over the link that we found within Agent 3000, which is the PDF URL. So far you've got the PDF URL, you have a PDF ebook, you have a cover page. You also have the ability to use the embedded code if you have a site. Here's an example of some of the other ones. This is the first time home buyer guide. That looks really good. If I wanted to post this image, another option is Instagram. So we can create a post also on Instagram. Let me resize this to original. Share. And you're also creating variety to what you're creating onto your social media. And it looks great. All right, let's keep going. The next section we want to cover is worksheets and checklists. These are spectacular. To access these worksheets, all you need to do is click on Select Worksheet in the middle and look at the different worksheets and checklists that you can have access to. If you want to see it a little bigger, click on the looking glass on the top left-hand corner of each one of these pages, and it'll give you access to seller's pre-listing to-do list, a home buyer's questionnaire, the open house sign-in sheet, a buyer showing sheet, a pre-listing checklist on how the seller can do small repairs or freshen up the exterior of the home, the kitchen, the laundry room, overall interior, bedroom, and bathroom, so you can show it and make that house look best. The open house checklist and everything that you do to prepare. The buying your first home checklist. This is wonderful for a first-time home buyer or any customer really that would appreciate some guidance. This is a good follow-up tool. This is change of address. So after somebody rents a property with you or after they've purchased a property with you, this is a nice reminder of where they should change their address moving forward. Home services, public offices, professional services, residential services. Here we have a listing checklist, all the documents you may need, your open house details, what's going to happen when that property is on market, what's happening before you list it, and once you do. Here's a buyer checklist, how they can prepare, the process of showing, once you're under contract and documents. You've got the moving checklist, a seller questionnaire to discover their motivations, an inspection checklist so that that seller can prepare in the areas where this inspection is going to really be taking a look and organizing. That's, well, taking a look and analyzing. They can take some steps so that they can make small repairs to the kitchen and the roof and the doors and the windows. Photography and showing checklist, pre-approval checklist. Awesome if you get that phone call from an initial customer who's interested in buying. You can send them over a guide. So if you want to use these, you would simply select the one you'd want to use. As you can see, there's some red numbers here. Now, this is just a reminder for me, letting me know, hey, Christy, listen, you've already downloaded this. So it's telling me you may not want to download it again because you already have it. But if I want to download, you click on the green button, click Create Worksheet, and then it'll be done with in a few seconds. What it's going to do is it's going to add in your information. It'll add in your user information, it'll add in your logo, your contact details, and if it fits, your broker logo as well. So I did the buying your home checklist, and I can view it as a PDF website, or I can download it as a PDF worksheet or as an image. Let's do the image. And then let me just make sure you can see what I can see. Here's the buying your home checklist, all of the details, and then they branded it at the bottom for us. What do you guys think? Did you like this? Would you use these checklists? Okay. Now that we're familiar with the checklist, let's keep going. We're going to go to the year-over-year market snapshot video. This is going to be a video of the market, and you're going to pick the market of interest. Can you guys give me either a city or a zip code that you're interested in exploring? This is a market snapshot video. Let's see what you guys are going to share. 33140. So I can either add a city, or I can add a zip code, or I can add in a county. I cannot add more than one city, and then I have to add it where it's supposed to be. So if it's a zip code, I need to put in 33140. I need to wait, select the zip code, and then scroll down and choose the property subtype. So let's say we're interested in, Yvonne, are you interested in single family or condo? We're going to choose condo, and then we can pick our colors of interest. We've got royal blue and white. We've got teal and white. We've got yellow and black. We've got an array of different colors, orange and blue. I'll pick orange and blue, and then you have some audio. If you want to hear the audio before you select it, you can click on audio 1, audio 10, audio 11. Some agents pick no audio, and then when they get the MP4 and they share it onto social media, they'll pick a trending audio directly on Instagram or on Facebook. It says here your video is being processed and will be ready in a few minutes. I'm going to click on close. It really will be available in a few minutes. It takes a little longer than the rest. So I'm going to show you something I created a few months back. You have a video URL, or you can download the full MP4. I'm going to click on view URL. So you get all of your contact information to start, and then it'll tell you the activity of the active listings in the area and how many there are, all of the closed properties, and if there's been a change year over year, the median listing price in the area compared to the median sales price in the area, the days on market, so how long are these properties staying available, and then it'll end again with your contact information. So you can take this link and you can copy it and paste it onto your Facebook, but my recommendation is pull the full MP4. because if you pull the full MP4, you can assign music to it and the view looks much better on Facebook as well as Instagram. Okay. Now that we know how to create videos, let's do a branded infographic. From here, you have so much. You have so much. If you have no idea what to post on your social media, this gives you more than 2 years of content that you can post. So you can check off that you'd want to add in your photo and you want to add in your logo to all of your marketing pieces. And you can pick the background. So you can either choose black or white. I'm going to choose white, and then where it says background image, select image, we're going to click on select image. On the top, you have categories that you can choose from. So you've got buyer and seller tips. You have 30. Look how good they look. Buyer tips, there are your seller tips. And you see where it says red? This is letting you know that you've downloaded these already, so you don't post the same thing. You've got 20 did you know ideas that you can post. You've got 7 engagement posts. Benefits of using a realtor is bigger, better, this or that, buyer guide, home maintenance, month over month, and none of it is going to say shovel your snow. Questions and answers about real estate. So here it says, how should I repair my house before selling it? If you want to see it a little bit bigger, you click on the looking glass. If you want to use it, you click on the select button. You have another 100 real estate quotes with images. You have another 200 real estate quotes with no images. You have another 100 real estate terms and 28 would you rathers. So you pick the one you want. I'm going to go with real estate quotes. And I'm going to pick the one I want. I'm going to pick this one here. And then I'm going to create the image. And then I roll down. The egg for home lives in all of us, the safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned, right? There's a little quote at the bottom. It has my image, my contact information, and my logo. And then to use it, it says click here to download screenshot. And it's going to go straight into your computer and it is ready for you to post. Okay, and I can come back in and I can post it. Let me format it to original. Next, next, share. Done. And I've got another great post. And they're all available through Agent 3000. Let's move into our monthly market snapshot. And let's do another post that has to do with the market, but within a different style. So let's say I'm going to do, you can do April 7th through May 6th. That's the last 30 days. My preference is just the last full month. It's going to add my photo, my logo. I can add in either a city, a zip code, or a county. My next example after this one will be to promote a listing. So if anybody has an MLS number they'd like to share with me, I would love to be able to use one of your properties. All right, so in this section, we have the city of Cutler Bay. That was placed in the chat. Thank you, Deanne. And then here I can pick my property type. Deanne, are you interested in single family homes or condos? All right, I'm going to pick for you. I'm going to pick single family. Oh, perfect. Single family homes. And then here, this is optional. But if you wanted to add in a website, um, let me pull my Agent 3000 website here. This is completely optional. You could add, it says URL link here, and then create my image. As I roll down, this is what we've created. So it says Cutler Bay single family, 35 sales as of in April 2026. There's 57 listings or new listings, months of inventory. We're at 5.51 months of inventory. Median sold price in the area is 650. Median active price is 726,500. Days on market are at 26 with all of our information at the bottom. This will include our headshot, our contact information, as well as the logo. If I wanted to post it, I have a few different ways. I can either post it directly to Facebook, Pinterest, or LinkedIn. If I click on that link, the benefit is the website is embedded into this image. The other option, if I don't want to embed a website or I want to use Instagram, is I can just click here to download the screenshot. And the system will basically just give me the image and then I can share it on the social media, on Instagram or on Facebook without the link. This is still loading. I've got like 1 minute with you. We have a few others. We have the SMS listing infographic. This you can do if you have a listing. I don't see anyone shared a listing ID. That's okay. I can move over into Matrix and I can pull one of the listings. Search RE1, RE2. Let's pick a property in (33140). We're gonna say I'm interested in a property that is okay to advertise. Yes, attribution not required. There's 34. And then I'm gonna pick a property where I like the image. All right, that's nice. We're gonna go ahead and pick a property MLS number. I'm going to come back and then where it says MLS number, I'm going to type in that MLS number. If you happen to paste it and it creates a space here, you're going to delete that space so that it'll find it. You're going to choose it and then all of the different pictures will come out. You're going to pick your favorite picture. You can roll through all of the images. Okay, I'm going to pick my favorite. I'm going to roll on down. I'm going to pick this one. And then I'm going to choose to add in my photo, my logo, add a QR code. I can hide the address or the price, and I can choose an overlay. So for example, if I wanted to say over the picture, just listed, just sold, open house, price change, price drop, I can. My information is already in place. I can choose black or white, and then I can create the image. And this is another post that I've created. It looks good. It says text the MLS number to my phone number to get details on this property offered for sale. It gives the address. This QR code is actually all of your contact information with your details at the bottom. And then I'm going to wrap with the market trend graphs. You can pick an area of interest. So let's say we're interested in Cutler Bay, and we want to know about the single family homes, and you have different charts. Days on market, number of units listed versus sold. This is one of my favorites. Top 20 selling communities in the last 12 months. I'm going to pick the bar graph and I can select a background image. You have a few that you can choose from, or you can choose to upload your own picture so you have more of a customized look. I'm going to choose this one, roll down to the bottom. I'm going to pick transparent. Well, I'm going to pick black and then create my image. And there I have it, Cutler Bay single family homes, and it is organized by the number of units sold, and it's giving me the most popular communities. So Cutler K, Pelican Bay at Old Cutler, Cutler Ridge, Whispering Pine Estates, with our contact information at the bottom. With that, guys, it was an absolute pleasure reviewing Agent 3000 with you. I'm going to do a quick review of everything that we encountered today. We started on miamirealtor.com. You can access all of your programs and services through the Miami Gateway. You can access Agent 3000 through the resource panel. And today we went over quite a few marketing tips. We put in all of our settings in that green button that says settings. This is your initial dashboard. We registered buyers today and we were able to access for them open house passes. We shared our listing concessions and commissions. We sorted through okay to advertise properties, as well as used some of our AI functions where we created remarks as well as blog posts. As I moved down, we opened up our branded marketing options and we found ebooks that we can share. We also found website worksheets and checklists, and year-over-year market snapshot videos, branded infographics for social media, monthly market snapshots of different territories. We did the SMS listing infographic, and we finished with our market trend graphs. In part 2, which starts shortly at 11 a.m., we'll be continuing with all of the different free products and services that you're able to do, including landing pages and a virtual business card, as well as a virtual open house sign-in sheet. If you'd like to attend, you can. I'd love to have you. I'm going to share with you the link. Education, calendar. Let's pop in here, Agent 3000. If you'd like to rewatch it, they are going to be having Agent 3000 throughout this month. Let me share with you part 2 if you'd like to register. But with that, it was an absolute pleasure spending the morning with you. Thank you so much for joining. You are very welcome. If you guys stayed with any questions, I'll share my email with you as well. If you'd like to follow each other on social media, I will share my Instagram. Well, I'll see you soon then, Carla, for part 2. See you at 11, Brianna. Bye, guys. I'm going to go get a little coffee.